All right, so the plan is Glintfein. I'm undecided on exactly what we want to do here, but we will see. I'm feeling like, in the grand scheme of things, when you're floating 11 omen points, you have a lot of flexibility. Siege and engineering, they're too cheap and too good, unfortunately, or fortunately, as the case may be. I think I like housing for the corpse pile shenanigans. I kind of like the idea of doing advanced training and talent, and then maybe we just pick up dexterity and call that good. Do we really need housing? I don't know if we need housing. I don't think we ever get that many corpse piles that housing plays out that advantageously. And that would free us up to pick up some... We could even pick up celerity if we're going for momentum builds, which I'm kind of leaning towards. We've been having fun with that. Beat the game with all momentum heroes again. That works for me. Let's do the thing. And we're gonna do our standard. I'm gonna do Apocalypse 2. Hey, Alex. I'm gonna do Apocalypse 2. I'm not married to needing miss sensors. I think there's enough things going on. We are going corpse strats though, so it probably doesn't matter. We'll throw the miss sensors in just to keep things a little exciting. All right, let's do the thing. All right, welcome to the show. So we have to decide, because we don't have defensive training, it might make sense to hold off one turn on placing down catapults. I think it should be pretty strong, Illustrious, but we'll see. I think it will be an interesting experiment. I think we're probably going to spend our cash. Let's see. Let's take a look at the heroes and see what we have working. We have Johann, Dancer, Pinpoint, and Daring. Okay, so Daring is an exciting pickup for us here. No boom. Do I want to go all booms? That's such a hard decision. We have a lot of good things going on here because we have defensive training, we have inertia and relentless, we have runic gift, we have proximity shot. I think that's probably enough to make this hero work. The lack of boom is the sad, but we can pick up First Blood, or we could pick up Nimbleness, or we could pick up Magic Fuel. Magic Fuel is just so... It's so strong for getting your damage up without having to invest a lot of points in your damage, which frees up a lot of space to do crit. Without sheer power or scepter, you're going to have a hard time overcoming the 30% resist. Not everybody has to hit Schotten, though, right? Or Freud. We don't have to go that direction. Let's see. Maybe we'll grab that. I think we'll grab Quick Reload. That's 2, 2, 2, and 2. And then, like, our top tier perks here are very underwhelming. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with those. That's a bit hard. Let's see what Ramsey's about. Gladiator is very strong, hasty, and one-armed. You know, we can make one-armed work. I don't like it, but we can make it work. Again, we're lacking boom. We do have sheer power this time. So let's see. So this time, we'd probably grab that. And it's probably glass cannon, if I'm being honest. Then relentless runic gift, inertia and flexibility, for the comedic combo. Thankfully, he does not have specialist. That would be the pain. Surgical Strike is interesting. I wish there was a way to convert reliability more effectively into top-line damage, but I know that's not what it is. It might even be Blessing here, but again, this hero has some challenges, we'll just say. And then Vivian, 2 bag slots for some XP is not great. Aggressive and Mystic. Don't love this combo either, but let's see what the perks look like. At least she has Boom. I think we can get away with Boom and Inertia here. Sprint is decent. We'll need Avid to kind of cancel things out. We can grab Nimbleness, Runic Gift. Then not seeing anything. I guess Lone Wolf is decent. We'll grab Flexibility, we'll grab Sheer Power, and we'll grab Don't Panic. Of all of them, she's pretty solid. All right, well, we're going to go with these 3. So let's we can start buying gear if we so desire, but let's see. I think when I was doing my solo run, hey Zay, one thing that I found that was pretty useful was actually putting the ballista on the back edge away from the wave. It's kind of a weird thought, but it seemed to help with concentrating the enemies. So we might try that strat. But I guess we're going to build a shop. So we should probably... That's not a shop. Should probably get that sorted. There's no value in building houses on this first night. So we can slap that down and we can spend a little bit of cash. I think I want a little bit of coverage in the space here. I don't want our heroes to have to do the work all by themselves. So we'll do something like that. I should have left more for seasoned operators, but it's okay. Now let's see. Let's take a look at the shop and see what we can pick up. Offhand pistol is not exactly what we're looking for. That's right. We had no one that kind of like had like the bodybuilder action. I mean, I guess we could have gone bodybuilder here. We do have bodybuilder and organic armor here. So we could shift Johan in that direction. But yeah, that's the only one. I mean, Johan is missing so much stuff. Maybe we do that and we just kind of ignore the top tier almost entirely. It's a spicy plan. I don't know if we pick up magic fuel if that's the case. I guess we probably do. Magic fuel and bodybuilder pair pretty well together. And then we get 1 from this top level. It's probably legendary assassin. But let's see. We do get perk points to spend. I didn't decide on anything here for the top line. I think I like sprint more than quick reload here. Gets us out of trouble. At times. All right, let's see. Let's find some gear here. We can pick up the cheap spear at least. And I probably will give this a roll to see if we can find some more momentum weapons. Second spear for expensive doesn't feel great, but I think this first turn we're largely just going to be rolling with whatever we got. All right. We'll try it this way. We have the support of these. We're going to get you guys here. You can kind of be in the middle. You need to be on this side because you don't have a second weapon. All right, now we need to do a bit of demolition, and we're going to float the remainder of our cash, unless I want to build... Do I want to build gold mines? Now, let's save the money and we'll build houses with it next time. We should be good. Second weapon would have been nice for Ramsey. I didn't notice before, but Ramsey is actually one-armed in the sprite. That's for 18. There's no reason not to pick up. I'll just pick that up. But yeah, I never noticed that the sprite is actually missing one arm. All right, let's do the thing. Now there is one version of this first night that is that includes a bunch of elites. This is not that version, but it's nice when it happens. So I'm just going to soften a few folks up here. No, we don't actually need to move back that much. And then you don't... Ah, you do have range. Okay, so we'll get rid of this. There's a trait for peg leg, and it shows... And it also shows the sprite? Really? How have I missed that? That seems amazing. Very emotional and inspiring soundtracks. I'm looking for new music. Oh man, so there is a friend of the channel who would have exactly the right answer to that question. And that is Innie, who is not currently here. But Innie is very keyed in on soundtrack and sound design. I admittedly am not that great at appreciating sound design, I guess is the way that I would put it. All right, we're not going to be able to hit you anymore, so we might as well chip some of these ones that don't have. Is Sonic full of them? That's interesting. It goes to show that my attention to detail is sometimes lacking in that domain. Nier Automata has some. That's a good call out, Zay. Thank you for sharing. Ooh, almost put too much mustard on that one. How are you not in? That's interesting. 60 doesn't get the kill here, so we might as well do it. Sonic Frontiers has One-Way Dream, I'm Here, Undefeatable. Sega went on the emotional side of Sonic Frontiers. That's really interesting to me. Like, you know, that's one of those the more you know moments, I feel like. But it's a cool little detail. Alright, and then I don't want to use my poison because that will yield kills that I am not ready for. Good job there. We'll zap you. And I guess we keep softening folks up here. Those two blockers are a little obnoxious. Okay. Good enough. Hollow Knight also has some great soundtrack, some soundtrack beats. What Illustrious is saying. Do we need that for this? This is Flurry of Strikes 3. This is killing 4. Is there any way that we can get more out of that? If I just move to here. Okay, that gets quite a few more. We'll do that. Even though we get this guy potentially. Let's see, what's the play here? So if I move to here, can I get back out again? Kinda. And then if I move to here, okay, we have no recourse there, so we need to... I don't think I need to spend mana on this. Alright, and I can move one less tile. Bueller, alright. Okay, let's see. You two might die in one. Okay. That's gonna take too long. We can get some stabs though. And then before we move back, let's provide some pokes to that guy. All right, well, no panic on turn 5. I think we're running out of grace from that though. All right, let's hope we just clean up on that one. All right. I don't love the... Well, we'll try it out. So let's see. So probably the hardest challenge we're gonna face here is the wingeds. How much are you hitting for? 79 with that. This is hitting for 98. Gran Turismo has some emotional original songs to your surprise. Oh, that's an interesting one. I would not have put that on my maybe list. But it goes to show the entire world of like game soundtracks are very there's a lot of hidden gems in there. Now, let's see, you can at least soften this guy up, but I think we're gonna struggle. Not everybody's gonna get taken out on this one. That seems for sure. Bats are always the bane of my existence in these runs. The world of music is so diverse, and the fact that Gran Turismo has that really enriches the experience. Yeah, I can absolutely see that. I think it's just really, I would say it's underrated, but I think that's not true, because I think a lot of people really appreciate good soundtrack. And then you're not going to be able to get over there. So we'll just move to there, and we're just going to take some panic. That is the cost of admission. To get the engine running, we need to take some abuse. That is just the way it goes. Heavy Rain was loved for its music. Oh, Terraria. Terraria is a good one that I am at least vaguely familiar with. Looks like we're falling short again over here, but keeping things largely at bay. The outskirts are getting a little spicy on this one. Relying pretty heavily on triple swipe to kind of keep us in the game. This guy's not making it in, I think. Are you making it in? No. So we can let the ballistas do the work, and I think a 4 multi-hit to take out 4 of these guys so they don't take up our ballista shots is probably the best. Persona 5, peak original soundtrack. All right, first momentum hits of the run. Oh, that was less than satisfying, but we did get rid of the problem. Now let's see, these two are not making it, so we can ignore them. Actually, nobody's making it in right now, which is kind of miraculous. So I think I probably save. Next turn is going to be a rough one, for sure. It's pretty underwhelming damage. And then maybe I can move to here. I guess I move to here. I don't like my retreat after that. Let's maybe we can just get some stuns here to take a little bit of the pressure off. Okay, that seemed pretty good. Blasphemous 2 is out. You know you mastered the game when you're fully distracted by unrelated conversation. Well, you know, disaster could strike. I wouldn't put it past the last spell to get us. But I do like being in a bit of a flow state with games, and that's been one of the things I've enjoyed perhaps most about the last spell, is just that it's almost become a bit meditative to me. There's something very, very satisfying about just kind of like being on autopilot. We can leave both of those. So right here, we have kind of like the mother of all. It's not even that great. Instead, we move to here and just use our momentum magic. And then I think... So we're safe over on this side, minus the fact that these are going to be a little annoying. But largely, we're just kind of crippling our way through the crowd, just slowly working them over. The big problem that I think we're facing, if I had to like kind of put my finger on what we're struggling most with now, it's not that I think we're in any jeopardy, but. And by the way, thanks. I don't think I knew Blasphemous 1, which is perhaps a damning fact about me that it was not already on my radar. Let's see, who's making it all the way in? You're making it in? Well, actually, we still have some of that. All right, nobody's hitting the walls. Who's getting next to you? There's this guy here, so let's poke him down. And then you can safely move to here. All right, love to see it. And actually, on your way to that square, let's just get rid of this guy, so we're not worried about them anymore. Okay. There's no one to panic. I mean, you make a strong point there. It is perhaps a little bit weird that there's panic to be had, but I think it would also be very weird to change the game dynamics around. Like, I mean, you could have panic scale off of houses or something like that. That could be interesting. Metroidvania. I mean, I do like Metroidvanias. Although I haven't done any of the what I would call like the big heavy hitters, which is to say, like I haven't done Hollow Knight, which is one of the headliners in the world of Metroidvanias, I feel like. And then I think we can do that. And now we're in the part where we're going to be risking perhaps slightly our ballista. So that right now only this spot is getting hit. But I suspect it's getting hit by both of these guys. Whoops. This guy's still making it in. Alright, do you have anything? Okay, I think you're going to have to body block there, which is, you're going to take a little bit of abuse, but better than our ballista taking abuse is what what my philosophy has always been, and in fact, that went okay. Take advantage of these momentum hits. Now we've certainly reached a point where, ooh, that was a spicy pair of hits. Love to see that. Okay, let's block that. Oh, we can't block you. I think I'm going to get rid of you because I think largely the ballistas will protect themselves. Hollow Knight is probably the hardest Metroidvania I've ever played. I cried and died a lot. That's I've heard that before. What was the... We played a really interesting Metroidvania on the channel not too long ago, and I'm embarrassed that I've forgotten its name. Okay, we're not playing a momentum hero yet. And then if I move around here, someone comes around the other side anyways, so we'll block there. Axiom Verge. Thank you, thanks. Yes. Yeah, we played Axiom Verge. We defeated Axiom Verge, and it was fun. Really cool. Lot of interesting twists and turns on that one that I really enjoyed. How does Blasphemous compare to Axiom Verge in your estimations? Let's see, and then over here, I think I'll just stab you. And if these guys can get a little closer, I don't mind them wandering in a bit. Although we don't have defensive training on our heroes yet, so more kills is good for business. Well, we certainly spent our mana. Yes, Thomas Happ. I remember talking about them in the in the context of our experiences with that game, and yeah, very impressive game. So many interesting kind of like twists and turns and wrinkles. Really enjoyed it. So let's see. We got 3 mountains. That's gonna work well for us from a materials perspective. We're going to be focused pretty heavily on materials initially here. Let's see. So do we have 1 defensive training? Yeah, we have 2 defensive trainings. All right. So We'll grab that. 144 hit points isn't bad. We're really going Avid Learner and Nimbleness. That's a pretty weak start for Vivian here. And then with 143 HP, we're getting very little out of that. I think it's defensive training, and then I think I'd rather take... So this is 4%, but it's going to go down as we spend mana. I think I'd rather grab Bodybuilder, and maybe we don't take Magic Fuel at all. Or maybe we take it further down the run. Okay, so let's see. So let me add some things to people's names. So this is our Bodybuilder. BB. Blasphemous is considered a Souls-like in that you do need to recognize enemy patterns. It's not as hard as Hollow Knight, but it's still a great challenge. Interesting. I could be convinced to check it out for sure. And then Ramsey, what's your defining characteristic? I mean, it's probably really sheer power eventually, but I'm going to say for the time being that Ramsey we're trying to build for crit. And then Vivian. Oh, you're the only one with proximity shot. So Vivian, what's your skinny? I'm going to put an F. I'm going to do FB for flexibility boom, because I think those are the most defining characteristics. All right, and then level ups. I don't think we're looking for anything crazy here. We're looking for momentum on everybody. So I'll probably just take... you're a crit person, so let's roll a bit. See if we'll take some damage, but we'd like to see some crit up as well. Take some momentum. Were you the one who was lacking experience? No, not exactly. All right, 2 low-level momentum upgrades is not... And then your flexibility and boom. We still like crit on you. But some damage would probably be good as well. Oh, okay. Ask and ye shall receive. Better momentum up. And then... You do have sheer power, so magic damage is definitely not a bad pickup. And then for our bodybuilder, we know we're going to be going with probably sword spear here. And we know we're going to be getting a lot of damage. So I think we can safely take some crit. Have we taken bodybuilder yet? We have, yeah. So let's grab that. Isolation is fine, but it's not really what we were looking for. Okay, so we do need to build some houses. We can nestle one in there. And I kind of like putting them along this edge. Put that there. I am going to get mana wells going. Am I? None of our heroes are rocking magic fuel right now, so it's kind of a waste. All right, let's get ballistas going though. Make sure all of our old ballistas are upgraded also. Let's see, we need a few up there. Do we have it? Yeah, 2 sides, okay. So we can get one more. Do we have any that I didn't upgrade? Nope. All right, so we'll put one here to kind of cover both sides a bit. A mana crystal. A magic crystal is Interesting. We don't worry too much about momentum and build. The art style is kind of akin to Castlevania, but specifically it pulls influence from Spanish architecture. Let me bring it up really quickly and take a look here. Curious. Blasphemous 2 on Steam. Oh, I've definitely seen the logo for this before. Oh, so it's a side scroller. Okay, well, I mean, I guess are all Metroidvania side scrollers? I guess that's an interesting question. Has a nice look to it. The game isn't made in Unity, is it? I don't know. Already has 3,000 reviews. Very positive. We might take a look. All right, but back to what we were doing here. We've done our levels up. We have money to spare. I think I'm gonna do these two and just get a few items that way. Like I don't mind even going for the more expensive upgrades since we know we're gonna want them. I probably did one too many there. But that gets us this last one upgraded. Most Metroidvanias are side-scrollers. Metroid Prime is technically a Metroidvania. Some people consider Dark Souls a Metroidvania. I mean, I can see it, right? Because with Dark Souls, you're unlocking a lot of different directions and paths. So I have not seen the Unity announcement. Let's see if I can find that. Unity will start charging developers each time their game is installed. Is that what you're talking about here, Illustrious? That does appear to be from yesterday. Unity announced a new fee structure, and developers are none too happy. We're introducing the Unity runtime fee. That is based upon each time a qualifying game is downloaded by an end user. That's insane. 15 cents per install. Unity Personal and Unity Plus subscribers will pay 20 cents per install after reaching $200,000 in revenue. Okay, so to their credit, they are using install as purchase. Right? Because originally in the article, like, I'm actually kind of like, I don't know what they have this in quotes. They said, we chose this because each time a game is downloaded, the Unity runtime is also installed. But they're using downloaded and purchased interchangeably here, which I think is very ambiguous. Because it seems like what they mean is that each time you sell a copy of your game, they are going to have a charge, but then they use the 20 cents per install after a game reaches 200,000 in revenue. So I'm like, I'm very baffled by this language. Well, yeah. So I mean, so because it's part of the Unity runtime, presumably they can instrument it. Originally, it was per install. They changed it to first install, but they still decide what is considered first. Yeah. So I mean, the fact that they're talking about developer revenue is very confusing because like there's also like secondary markets like GOG and things like that, and I don't know how they define that. Like, that's very weird. So let's see. Requiring them to pay a fee will ensure that only those who reach significant success will be charged. So their fee structure is tiered, and it looks like no one is getting charged before 100,000. Maybe? Members of Unity Pro and Enterprise have their plans tiered. Oh, wait. Yeah, I mean, if this is charging like indie developers who have like small install bases, that's kind of nightmarish. Yeah, Zach, that's a whole other can of worms. Like, that's a very strange direction for Unity to go. I feel for Unity because I do think that they have been very instrumental in enabling indie games and indie developers, and I don't know if they have been able to very successfully monetize that. I do like that chess piece. I mean, an offhand pistol isn't bad. At the legendary level with all those goodies, I'll probably take it. And then, yeah, let's take the scale armor as well. Presumably for the purpose of information collection. Also, they have integrated the company that has the malware installation malpractice against it. I mean, that doesn't surprise me in the least. Not to be jaded, but like, you know, the instrumentation stuff is really sometimes very gross. So let's see. So we only have 2 people who can even use an offhand. So I think you've been neglected. So I'm going to give you that and that. And then I think you take that. We're going to sell that and sell that. Ramsey's going crit, so let's get their crit up. We're going to sell all of these. Ooh, I am broke at the moment. I'm not too worried about being broke. Did I just sell a spear? Hold on. No, I did not sell a spear. All right, so we're getting it from 3 sides. I think you are best equipped to take on like a hard side. And then you 2 will be like this. And then I doubt we're gonna clean things up to the point where we get an S rank, but we'll set ourselves up for it. Did the investors get a hold of them? Are the Unity margins bad? So I don't know, to be honest, Zach, I don't know, and let's get on into this. All right. Night.